The family is the original cell of society. In essence, it is the first and most important government. It's the first church. The family is the singular most important institution in society. It existed before government. It existed before laws.
All right, welcome to Gimme 5, ladies and gentlemen. I know Governor Pataki announced today, Rick Santorum announced yesterday. I really like Marco Rubio, and he's not afraid to say what he means, and I really think that he's got a shot, a good shot. And in this interview with CBN, the Christian Broadcasting Network, he addresses his faith, the role that faith has played in his life, and he addresses, really, the war that's going on, and that's my words, between society, the media, and religion in this country. Watch.
In an ironic way, the more I learned about the written word, the more I fell in love with the Roman Catholic teachings. And we've ended up going back to that church. And so today we're in a place where we're Roman Catholics, fully aligned with the theology and the magisterium, the teaching authority of the church, but also with a tremendous appreciation for and often interaction with our brothers and sisters in Christ who attend other denominations.
Absolutely. Okay. So that's his background. He left the faith. He came back to Catholicism, as you'll hear. But here he talks about how the deck is really stacked. If you favor traditional marriage, you are pegged as a homophobe. There is something wrong with you, okay? Instead of the other way around. And it's been set up that way. And that's a real danger. And watch.
We are at the water's edge of the argument that mainstream Christian teaching is hate speech. Because today we've reached a point in our society where if you do not support same-sex marriage, you are labeled a homophobe and a hater. So what's the next step after that? After they've done going after individuals, the next step is to argue that the teachings of mainstream Christianity, the catechism of the Catholic Church, is hate speech. And that's a real and present danger.
And it will be argued. It has been argued. And if you think for one moment that if the court, in its gay marriage ruling, comes down on the side of gay marriage, and this was asked at the oral arguments, by one of the justices, maybe Alito, to one of the attorneys fighting for the gay marriage side. What about Christians? What about religious institutions teaching traditional marriage? Will they be targeted? Will they be scrutinized? Will they be prosecuted? He said it's possible. And it's more than possible. It's going to happen. They can't wait to go after Christians. They can't wait to go after any religion, anybody, especially an organized religion, that says marriage is between a man and a woman. They'll take your funding, they'll make you lose your job, they'll do whatever they can, because they are, when I say they, the gay lobby, are the most intolerant people the world has seen in a long time. More.
You don't want to be engaged in every conflict on the planet. Sure. We're not the world's policeman. But I question what would happen in the alternative. If America doesn't lead, for example, what happens? Well, what happens is chaos.
Yep, chaos. Of course, he's talking now about the world stage. And we've seen the chaos. We've seen what happens when you withdraw from Iraq. And today the president, the spokesman said, we're not going to fight. We're not going to save Iraq. It's up to them. They're on their own. Chaos. And I think that's what this president wants in some parts of the world for a reason. Chaos. Here's one more.
I walk outside and I turn to the left and I look in the pool and Dominic is floating at the top face down. And you can just imagine how horrifying that was. And so I jumped in, I pulled him out. He immediately started crying. Obviously, threw up all the water he had swallowed and everything was fine. But, if to this day, it tortures me to think if I had been in the shower or anything else, what would have happened there. It was just, God's hand that protected him.
He's talking about his son, who was very young at the time, who he found floating face down in his pool at his home, and how he just happened to see it and happened to pull him out and thankfully save his young son. But the hand of God, the hand of God. Oh, I just can't wait for the media to get... By the way, they've already twisted his remarks on gay marriage. They've already twisted his remarks on gay marriage. So they're just out there. Don't be fooled. This man's story is wonderful. He's got it together. He is one of the couple of serious candidates. We're coming back with more. Don't go away.